A literacy lesson is in progress. Children take turns to read out from the blackboard. 10-year-old Mwigulu Matanonge takes his role very seriously. Never mind that he is the eldest in this grade 1 class.
Tena ukuda na kenye Kiswahili kilikuwa kinanisumbua. Lakini nilipofika hapo shuleni nikaanza kujua kidogo Kiswahili.
For Mwigulu, this is a second chance in life, which was almost robbed off at the hands of his attackers, who cut off his left arm in 2013. Softly narrating his harrowing ordeal, Mwigulu recalls how he was attacked near his home village in Rukwa district of Western Tanzania, shortly after leaving school with his friend.
Mmoja akavua kofia yake nyekundu, akanifunika usoni, nikaacha kuona, afu akanikata mmoja mkono. Sasa walipomaliza akakimbia.
In Tanzania, people with albinism are killed and dismembered due to a widespread belief that charms made from their body parts bring good fortune and prosperity. Locally, albino body parts are said to fetch thousands of dollars. Education to fight the stigma attached to albinism is cited as a key deterrent to this phenomenon. Under the same sun, a civil society organization is heralding support for survivors of these attacks, which qualify as torture.
Through the use of the UN Fund for Victims of Torture, funds are provided directly to an organization who will provide psychological assistance and prosthetic work to victims, survivors, and as well family members.
Okay, there are two projects. One of them is about offering psychosocial, medical, and social support to 4 victims, 4 families.
Mwigulu is one of 4 beneficiaries of the project partially funded by the United Nations Torture Fund. He is now enrolled in a private boarding school in the capital city, Dar es Salaam, and only goes home on occasional visits, where he is welcomed as somewhat of a hero.
Tena mara elfu nyingi tuendelee kukaa huko. Kuliko huku ningepoteza.
Mwigulu, a victim of torture, is one of the lucky ones. Not only will he receive a prosthetic arm, but he will not have to go to one of the centers hosting children with albinism in the country. In a bid to thwart the attacks and provide protection, the government has set up centers populated with children with albinism.
Killing of the people with albinism, the regional administration decided to designate a place for safekeeping the people with albinism. That is Buhangija. That is where we are keeping especially the children with albinism who are in fear of being endangered.
But the camps, as they are referred to here, are under-resourced and have poor living conditions. Peter Ajali, the head teacher of Buhangija Center in Mwanza district of northern Tanzania, admits that their capacity is overstretched.
Wanahitaji uhuru fulani, uhuru ambao wameukosa moja kwa moja. Kwa hiyo kuwepo kwa kitendo kile si kizuri, lakini sasa hatuna namna. Tunabanana kulingana na mazingira hayo.
The local authorities say the centers were initially a temporary measure but have since turned into a long-term solution. Set up to cater for at least 30 children with disabilities, the centers are now home to almost 200 children, of whom more than half of them have albinism. They range in age from 2 to 22. Parents were initially encouraged to take their children to the camps for fear of extreme violence. But the trend now is that parents leave their children, most of whom never to return.
They are growing up without any engagement, any interaction, any linkages with their families, their immediate families, their cultural setup. In complete absence of this. It is like these children are being considered individuals for institutionalization as soon as they are born.
Albinism is an inherited condition, present at birth, characterized by reduced or lack of pigment in the skin, hair, and eyes. Although health experts say people living with albinism can, given the opportunity, live normal, healthy, and productive lives, the same cannot be said of hundreds of people living with albinism in rural Tanzania. Here, people with albinism are fighting for their survival, as they are not only facing discrimination, but also extreme violence. 32-year-old Mariam Stafford, a mother of one, was attacked 6 years ago by a neighbor.
Nikamwona yule mtu, nikamjua kwa sababu ni jirani yetu. Nilipomuona yeye akainama akazima kile kibatari. Alipozima kile kibatari ndo akaja kaanza kunishambulia na panga, kaanza kunikata. Aliniongelesha wakati akiwa ameshakata huu mkono wa kulia, akiwa ameshautoa. Sasa ananiita ili ananiambia niamke ili akate huu mwingine wa kushoto.
Survivors like Mariam and Mwigulu live in fear of repeat attacks and are still seeking justice. Mariam says her attackers were indeed arrested but got a lenient punishment. Mariam and Mwigulu during school holidays now live in a safe house in the capital city. The two are among 4 beneficiaries of the support provided by the Torture Fund, a small fraction to the number of victims of attacks in Tanzania. The country has seen a stream of attacks, with 139 victims recorded between the year 2000 and 2013. There's an urgent need to protect people with albinism who live in constant fear of being attacked and to reinforce accountability measures, including remedies and redress to victims of attacks. In the meantime, Mwigulu remains optimistic with dreams and aspirations of a bright future.
Nikiwa mkubwa nataka kuwa rais.